Hello everyone, it's Nico here, and I'm here to answer questions I had for a Q&A video, and that's really it. This is low-key, most of this is basically unscripted. I kind of had like a bullet list, but we're just gonna go in, answer questions from the Google form, the YouTube post I had, and yeah, that's really all this video is. It's nothing too crazy. So we're just gonna start off the rip with the YouTube comment, and then we'll just move on to the Google form because that's just how I roll. So let's just start it off now. First question from Diva Sunglass. So what's up, man? Do you have any cool skills or hobbies we don't know about? I don't talk about my skills or hobbies much at all, because like my hobbies mainly consist of just listening to music and playing video games and usually taking walks. I love taking walks and just taking pictures of like trees, the sky, plants, whatever the hell looks slightly intriguing. But I don't really talk about my skills much. Not because I don't have any, I just don't really care to. I will say though, I make a good ass fucking salmon. I love making salmon and I can make a good salmon. I'm just saying. So yeah, that's how I answer that question. Iciob, my goat, asked me, can I have a cube yet? No, I don't got cubes. My bad. Hello to everyone says 5 favorite skins in fighting. Alright, I'm gonna go off the cuff with this one. Jester Space, Surfboard, Sunken Hammer, Valley Staff, and last one. I'd probably say Psychic? Asper, oh my god, Asper, bruh. Favorite fighter design-wise? From a gameplay standpoint, I would say the best designed fighter is probably Sword. Or maybe Rocket, I'm not really sure. Both of them are kind of like this jack-of-all-trades type characters. Like, they have their strengths, but they could also, like, prosper in like different settings. Sword is more like a all things equal thing, where Rocket can kind of like, you know, he's usually more of a tank buster, but he can still do other things really well. So in a gameplay standpoint, I think those two are like the best, my favorite design wise. But like, you know, like overall just like design, like character design, I would probably say it's a tie between like the new Rocket design that was released recently and Coil. I love their designs. I just love, like, I don't know. Rocket just has great color contrast, same with Coil, and Coil has like that ripped orange hoodie and stuff. I don't know. I just love their designs in general. They just look really nice, really like nice colors. It just looks great on the eyes, especially Rocket's. I do like Rocket's new clothing and the cool ass shades he got. So yeah, that's how I'd answer that question. Melita asked me thoughts on the current state of competitive fighting. The community specifically. Ooh, that's a good fucking question actually. I think the community is alright at the moment. I feel like it's much more level-headed than most other Roblox communities, especially the actual fighting community like Bogcom. It's much more level-headed. No offense to anyone. I ain't saying names. I'm just saying. But obviously they do have their weird people, bad apples maybe. It might look intimidating because some people are very vocal about like their balancing opinions and the competitive meta in the game. But I do feel overall the community in competitive fighting, I don't mind it. I like it. I just think you need to have an open mind and don't have like negative thoughts going into it just because like, because I've seen a lot of people make assumptions about the competitive fighting community as like this group of people that don't know what they're talking about, or maybe people are just scared of us because they think we're good. No, not really. We just play the game like it. But yeah, I don't mind the community in competitive fighting. I like the community a good amount. Spire Tower asked me, what's your best achievement in fighting? It can be a good festival, frenzy score, milestone, win streak stats, whatever it is. I got a lot of ones. I think my 30-free win streak I had once, one of my best achievements, even though I hate win streaks. I actually got a 15 win streak once with subspace only, And trust me, subspace in opens, nightmare, absolute nightmare. I did actually get like around a 800 frenzy score back in the decoy deploy. I think I was on the leaderboard at one point, which was pretty cool. I also think my festival score in comedy versus tragedy was pretty good. I got like 3 pluses, which is something I never thought I would get. I don't really know. My stats aren't that crazy. I got a lot of assists, a lot of deaths, a lot of kills. I actually have the Spectre title now, which is honestly, that's not really a flex, but it shows how much I play this game. I am actually closing in on level 500 too. But I think out of all of that, my best achievement might be the win streak, the 33 win streak. Yeet asked me, how many PB&Js do you think you could crash in one sitting? Easily 4. I fucking hate PB&Js, actually. If they're not jelly heavy, then I think PB&Js, they don't taste good. You need that bread nice and hot. You need a better jelly to peanut butter ratio. And I could eat that. But if it's like equal amounts, I don't know. I don't like it. Motto asked me, how did you discover fighting? Who was your first fighting main? I discovered fighting back in a friend server I was in. In April 2022, they linked the game, and I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. So I jumped in. I think there was like 5 or 6 fighters. I forgot how many. But then I would join the Discord server, and I would never talk there for like a while. I would play it once. I played Boombox, I'm pretty sure, and I thought Boombox was fun. Then I came back to the game January 2023, and during Rave versus Relax, and I would be loving playing like Subspace and Boombox. And that actually answers the other question. My first main was Boombox, which is actually crazy. I made that Boombox guide. I still remember that. Yo, it's crazy to think about that, actually. That was like 2 years ago. Woe is me. What are you studying in college? Communications. There you go. Namkid asked, what's your least favorite fighting skin in... Oh my god. What's your least favorite skin in fighting currently? And if I prefer waffles or pancakes? First off, I'm more of a pancakes person. A great pancake is better than a great waffle, but a good pancake is equal with a good waffle. Like, waffles got like that consistency factor, but when the pancakes are good, oh my god, they go crazy. I love some good pancakes, bro. And to answer the other question, least favorite fighting skin, easily Thorn Staff. I get why Thorn Staff is what it is, but I just don't like using the skin. I think the skin just looks kind of... I don't really like it too much. I like the sound effects though. The sound effects are good, but I just don't like the skin's design that much. Honorable mention goes to Captain Rocket. I just don't really care for it. I don't think there's really a bad skin right now. It's more just like what skin is just kind of like meh. Toast. Okay, Toast. Toaster Evan. I know you. Thoughts on the state of the game right now? The game, not the community. I think the game in its current state is in one of its better states, especially since Slingshot got balanced, and that was a nightmare for opens. And I do think opens still have problems because, you know, Vinestaff's whole existence is a complete mistake. And open servers are also figuring out stuff like banana and spamming ranged, which is also really annoying. But I think the game at this point, with mainly just a game in like a casual standpoint, is in one of its more balanced states and one of its more fun states, I would say. Because I love the maps, I love most of the characters. It's just fun. It's a fun game. I think it's in one of its more better states, and I still love it. Still. I just love the game a lot. Viv. Okay. NicoNexus, #1tree reviewer. #1 tree reviewer. What's your favorite type of tree? There is one specific tree I actually kind of like. I know it's a basic pick, but it was this one specific type of palm tree. I'm trying to fucking remember it. Hold on. I think I know what it's called. I had it somewhere. It was the fucking... Okay. It's called, like, the Florida Royal Palm, or it's actual name being the, I'm gonna butcher this, Roystonia Regia? Roystonia Regia? Roystone? I don't know how to pronounce that. But that's my favorite type of tree. It's a pretty cool palm tree, and I just like how it looks. That's really it. Oh man, my throat is dry. Hold on. Alright, water break done. Spectrum asked me, is Katana still a tank? Sort of. Like, he can operate in the tank role, especially with a healer. He definitely still needs a healer, like he always needs to operate as a tank. But I think Katana more operates as like a bruiser. Like, he's bulky, he does good damage, he can actually dive in, but he's not gonna really live for long. He just kind of like does as much damage as he can. It's a little different from Banhammer, which is more of a tank. Katana still can operate as a tank. I just don't think he's like he's not like the primary tank you would go for. He's more like a subclass of a tank, if that makes any sense. But he can still operate as one. This doesn't ask if he's a good tank, really, but he still is a tank in a sense, I still think. Oenki, okay, I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'll be honest. I do recognize you, though. Asked, what would you be doing without fighting? Do you think you would still be making Roblox videos or videos in general? Or what other games do you like besides fighting? I'm gonna answer all three of those. I don't know what I'd be doing without fighting. I'd probably be still stuck in Lumion Legacy. Oh, Lumion Legacy is fucking shit, bro. That game is fucking dog ass. Oh man, that was a time. That was a time. I'd probably be still in Lumion Legacy Purgatory, which would be a horrible future. Do you think I would still be making Roblox videos or videos in general? Maybe. Probably on some other game though. I was actually focusing this channel to be more focusing on tower defense games actually, because I am a big fan of tower defense games, and maybe that would have been the focus of this channel, but hey, I'm deep in fighting, and I love fighting, so I'm here now. Videos in general, though, probably. Like, especially in, like, the Roblox sphere. I don't think I would be doing videos for other games, unless it's, like, unless I was still into Geometry Dash, which I'm not still into anymore, unfortunately. And what other games do you like besides fighting? There's a lot of Roblox ones, and a lot of ones outside of Roblox that I do love. In this case of Roblox, Fantastic Frontier, one of my favorite Roblox games of all time. I'm still waiting for that update. In Plain Sight 2, great game as well. There's also a lot of other ones. I used to play Mad Paintball a ton. Mad Paintball was my shit. I love Mad Paintball, bro. There's more. Hold on, I'm actually gonna check Roblox right now. I know this is cheating, but like, there's a lot I love, but I forget. Let's Go Golfing is a really good one I've been getting into. Typical Colors 2 is a guilty pleasure, huge guilty pleasure. I don't like the game, but it's a huge guilty pleasure. There was others. I think Superstar Racers was one of them. There's more, but I just can't really remember them. I usually play very underrated games, I would say. I used to be really into Flood Escape 2. I used to be really into Super Checkpoint. Super Checkpoint was my shit, man. I love that game. But yeah, there's a lot of games I do play outside in Roblox, outside of fighting. It's just like very few and far between because I just love fighting a lot. That's really it. Outside of Roblox though, there is a lot of games I do like. Nintendo games, Paper Mario series, the Mario Party series, Mega Man games. I fucking love Mega Man games, specifically Mega Man X games. Those games are, love them a lot. And the Mega Man Zero games, love those too. I do also love specific games. I absolutely love Bug Fables. Bug Fables is one of my favorite games I've played like in forever. I absolutely adore Bug Fables. But that's all I'll say really. There's so many games I could talk about, but that's kind of like the basis of it. All right. Ricaria. Oh, I know who that is. Asked, Nico, why do you smell? I don't smell. That's you. I'm sorry to say. Slug! Okay, Slug Master. Oh, I did not expect to see Slug here. I'm gonna be so honest when I was doing this. But what is your favorite slug from Slug Terra? Now, I actually had to do research into this. because I didn't know what Slug Terra was, and apparently it's kind of like, I guess the best way to describe it is kind of like a creature catching thing. It's like a show on Disney XD, I think. It also has games. And I was looking for all the slugs, and I'm gonna go with a basic answer. I'm just gonna say the Sand Angler slug. He just looks cool. I think all the slugs look pretty fun though. They look kind of nice. But the Sand Angler, you know, I like me some desert stuff. That's really it. It's a basic answer, but I'm just saying it. Okay. And by the way, I will be skipping repeat questions, so I'm sorry. Okay, Ren. Oh, I did not expect to see Ren here. If you kept Vine mains and tank mains in a room, which one of them comes out crying first? 100% the tank mains. It is not even close. Tank mains love saying that their character is absolute horseshit and everything around it needs to low-key be nerfed. No offense, but I do think tank mains would be crying out the room first. Vine mains would just be more agitated, if anything, because they have to go through the same thing of, look, we know our character is stupid as hell, and we don't know how to do it, bruh. I'm sorry to say. Alright. Draco asked me, in the desert adding a dry bone skin, what should it be for? The real question is, how do you think about yourself as a member in the fighting community? Ooh, okay. First off, I'm actually going to answer the dry bones question. I feel like Vine Staff, Subspace, and Rocket would be great candidates for a dry bone skin. To answer the second part, though, that is... Damn, that's a really good question. I don't know. I was thinking sort of, I was seen as like, not really an outcast, but kind of like, I kind of have my own like shtick. I kind of do my own things. I don't really care a lot about my perception in the community. I just like making videos. I love the game and I love the people in the community. I don't know how I view myself as a member in the community though, because I know people know me as a YouTuber, but it's like, what else do I see myself as? Like, I don't think I'm an outcast, but you could say that if you want to. I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that, honestly. It's such a weird question. It's not a weird question. It's a good question, but it's just like, I don't know how to answer that. I would say that I'm well known though, because I am a YouTuber in the community and one of the more well known ones, I would say. But I don't know. I just do what I want to do. I don't really know how I see myself as a member in the community itself. Fixies. Okay, I was not expecting to see Fixies here though. What would you tell people to do if they were looking to get into the competitive scene? And how would you describe your experience in being competitive, comparing where you started to now? Can you ever how you enjoyed meta? How the communities evolved, or where it sticks out to you? Ooh. I feel like if you're trying to get into the competitive scene, you should keep an open mind and don't punch yourself down. Because one big thing about competitive fighting is improving. It's a different environment. It's a very different like sphere of what fighting is like. I would just say to keep an open mind, just be humble, and just learn. Learning is one of the main parts about it. If you're having trouble though, I would highly recommend watching scrims, maybe watching scrim VODs of like people casting or maybe people uploading their POVs. I would say that is a great way to practice or learn about stuff when it comes to competitive fighting. Like, even if it's not explained explicitly, you can kind of understand patterns and stuff that happens with specific characters. It's a very interesting learning process. However, I will say my experience in being competitive comparing from where I was to now, because it's been actually a year. Oh my god. It's a ride. I went from a random YouTuber to being in apparently one of the best scrim teams that has been going on for a year, and I can't believe I am saying these words in tandem, but Yuri Coalition is one of the best things I could have ever had that happened to me in this community. It sounds so fucking stupid, but it's like, when you really understand it, it's just like, I love the team, I love the people, I love the ride that we have went through as a team as well, as a scrim team. I've met some great people. I fought some great people. It has been a crazy experience, and I do think I had one of the more weirder experiences because I instantly got into a scrim team in like less than a week somehow. But my experience has been overall amazing, and obviously not everyone's gonna have that type of experience, but it's just, I don't know, it's such a interesting facet of how this game works. As for the meta has been, right now it's in one of its better states. Because there has been awful metas. Rocket meta was annoying. Slingshot meta was horrendous. Boom Bio meta, that was fine. Honestly, I think it was overblown because it was Boom Bio. There has also been a lot of other horrendous metas. We're in an okay meta. I do think Skateboard just needs slight tune-ups. Mainly just removing M2's tap stun. And maybe slightly altering the ramming damage on onboard. But other than that, I kind of like the meta right now. Like, yes, Banana is a meta, and it is annoying, but it's a cool pace shift from the ranged hell we've been experiencing, which is also still in the meta. It's just not, like, the prevalent, like, issue. But that's a good thing, because ranged hell metas are horrible. But I like the current meta compared to a good amount of the other metas that we've been having, especially Slingshot meta. If you were there for Slingshot meta this year, oh my god, it was horrible. But yeah, I like the new meta. I like how the community has evolved. There's lots of new players coming in and lots of new rising stars just kind of like scrimming a lot and being crazy skilled. It's a very interesting experience to just watch all of this unfold, and the community itself has evolved to be much more welcoming, much more friendly to newer players at times. Sometimes it's not though, which is kind of a problem. I always would like to welcome newer players getting to the groove of things, watching scrims and all that stuff. But it's been a wild ride. I would just say overall, if you want to get into competitive scene though, watch scrims, don't doubt yourself, and just learn how it works. Just learning hands-on is just the #1 way. Or just watching scrim videos or watching scrims. That's like the second best way to learn about the competitive scene as a whole. So that's what I would say, for sure. Okay, we're on to the Google form questions here, so let's just get this started, and I'll try to avoid duplicate ones. Why did you select Drybones as your channel PFP? Okay, so I'm actually like re-recording the answer for this question because I low-key did not answer it properly. But basically, when I was around 6 years old, I would be playing like Mario Kart. I used to play a lot of Mario Kart, mainly Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart DS. And when I was around like 5 or 6, whatever, I would play those games a lot, and my main driver would be like Drybones all the time. And for some reason, it just somehow stuck with me that Drybones is just like, I don't know how it stuck with me, but now I just love this character for some reason, and it's like, I don't know how it happened. It just happens randomly. You start playing a character a lot, and you start getting this like weird attachment to them, and that's kind of just what happened. And it makes no sense, but it's pretty funny. And also, I just love the skeleton guy. I don't know how it happens, but it's just weird that it just happened like that. It's so funny. And yeah, that's how I love Drybones. And I just set it as my channel PFP because I didn't know what to set it to. So I just set it to a Drybones picture that I had saved. So yeah, that's kind of what I would say. I don't know why I'm re-recording this question in specific, but I just am because why not? Would you rather have unlimited bacon but no games, or games, unlimited games, and no games? Shit. Bacon though. Yes, sir. If fighting would collab with another game, what game would it be? What skins would you like to see from the collab? Ooh, that's a good fucking question. Ooh, I'm not sure. There are so many possibilities that fighting could collab with and make a skin out of it. Like, obviously we've seen that with Blocktails. They made Griefer's Base, which I'm just saying there was better ones to do, but you know, it's Griefer and everyone loves Griefer, even though I do not give a shit about Griefer. But that's just me. I still think the skin's cool though. I don't really know though what Fighting would collab with to make a skin out of it. I just think like if they want to collab with a game, they could just make really any skin that they could want from it, and I think the skin would look good. So yeah, I'm not really sure how to answer this though. I might have an answer some other time, but I don't really know what game would it be. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna check Roblox right now. They could honestly make something out of like Flood Escape 2 though. They could definitely do something with that. I think there's potential with like the maps and also just like all types of skins they have available. Or maybe some tower defense game if they really wanted to, because why not? But yeah, I'm not really sure on the concrete answer for that. Favorite skin in the game / what types of skins you want to see in the future? Okay, obviously my favorite skin, Just for Space. That's obvious. But, okay, this is gonna sound crazy. I feel like we need more food-related skins. Like, you know, like Med Carrot, Marsh Sword, like that type of skins? We need more of those. We need to stuff more fighters in just random ass food costumes. Like imagine like Vine Staff in a fucking apple costume. It sounds random, but it sounds funny as shit. Or how about like a Banhammer skin where he just like swings a big fucking banana? Like if Katana could swing a big fish in a skin, Banhammer should be able to swing a big fucking banana. Cause why not? I think that would be funny as shit. But that's just me. Are you Retro Slop? No. Sorry. Alright. Hi, Nico. I got a question for you. If you could add any map, pre-rework, remove the prize, or only into the map pool, what would you choose? Old Nuke the Whales. No contest. I love Old Nuke the Whales. I absolutely hate the new Nuke the Whales, but I can make a video on that some other time. I have so many problems with it, mainly in a gameplay standpoint. I would love to see Old Nuke the Whales back in. Or if I'm feeling really funny, Old Bank. Old Bank was so dumb and chaotic. I would love to see it back in some way because it's such a weird map that I love, and that's really all I can say about it. So either Old Bank or Old Nuke the Whales, if you ask me. Valley Staff, Vine Splash, or Vine Berry? Valley Staff 100%. If you ever thought about leaving the fighting community, what was the reason? Probably just the community in general. I think a lot of people have already expressed how much they don't like the community, especially Twitter. I do think there's lots of things about the fighting community I don't like. So it would have to be some reason of like either just like maybe harassment or just in the rare event something just happens and I just absolutely feel devastated by it. So there's so many reasons that this could happen. Obviously, I don't like the community that much. It's one of the better Roblox communities, though. I will say that. So yeah, I'm not really sure, but it would have to be something really, really bad. Your new PvP is really cool and nice looking. Yo, shout out to Sammy, bro. Sammy the GOAT. I'm gonna just put their Twitter handle on screen probably, even though they barely even upload on Twitter that much. What is retirement, dog? Opinions on skateboard. Scamped boar. I like skateboard. I really like skateboard. I think his gameplay is very unique, even though at times it is absolutely a mistake design-wise. But I like how unique it is. I like how fast it is. I like his design. On his redesign, his redesign is fine. I do think the backpack is very unnecessary, and I think he looks way too zwinked out. Like, look, I'm just saying. He looks way too zoink to be on a skateboard, and it kind of distracts me. And also the backpack, he looks way too bulky to be on a skateboard. But other than that, I like skateboard's gameplay. I really like his design. Skateboard is skateboard. We love skateboard. And also, if you ship Skate Shot, hi. Hi, hello, greetings. What's your favorite fighting OST? That's a hard question, actually. I would say my favorite could honestly be tied with like the Boomball OSTs. I love Shockwave Shuffle, and I actually really love Bicycle Kick. Both some of my favorite songs from the OST. You can honestly choose one or the other, and I would probably say it's my favorite. So yeah. Favorite type of stew? Okay, that's a fire question. Honestly, a beef stew. My nan makes a nice beef stew. Like, I wish I was talking about soup, but stews, beef stew, always go crazy. I love beef stew. How much did the medkit mains have to shell out to get you to post blatant propaganda for that? Yo, chill. It's not like that, bruh. I do think in retrospect, the ult is still stupid. But it's not like overbearingly stupid, if that makes any sense. Chill on me, bro. What was the reason behind your name NicoNexus? Where did the next part come from? Since obviously Nico's probably your name. So Nico is obviously a nickname I go by. Pretty obvious. Okay, so here's the funny part. When I was 6 years old, there was this one game that I played that involved like zombies, and it said me to like select a name, and I didn't know what to put. I obviously did not want to put my real name, so I put my nickname, you know, Nico. And I thought of a cool fucking, what is a cool sounding fucking word that starts with N? And somehow the word Nexus came up, and I thought, yo, that sounds cool. And that's how I got the username. It's stupid, and I stuck with it for years, and that's how NicoNexus came apart. Awesome. What is your biggest inspiration for making videos? Ooh. I have a lot of inspirations. I do have a lot of inspirations from like people who focus on specific games, people who make more like variety content in their games. I don't know, I don't really have like standalone inspirations. I just kind of go with the flow of what I watch usually, because there's a lot of YouTubers I do watch, and I kind of take inspiration from them a lot for some of my own videos in ways, because I like people doing unique things with their game and just kind of like making these unique stuff. I don't really have one inspiration. I would be listening to a ton of damn people, so I'm gonna leave that question ambiguous for you. Sorry, but I just got tons of inspirations, man. What is your favorite competitive scrim match / game you ever played in? Yuriko vs. Nightmare is still my favorite. I absolutely love that game. I have a whole video on it. Easily the best competitive scrim match I have played yet. When you play in pros or opens, do you recognize some usernames? If so, what are some notable players you've encountered? I have a lot of friends I also play with a lot. But in pros, I do recognize people like Gateways. I think Another Boy 20 is a name I recognize. There's also, I think their name was Tsukugawa. I think they played Biograph. There was also another person like Manu something that played Biograph a lot. I've also obviously ran into some of my friends, you know, Bunez, Orca. There's also a lot of other people. No, not Alexi's, which is Koi. I've ran into Samantha Goes Bananas. I love playing with Samantha. Samantha's cool. There's a lot of people I do recognize. I just can't really recognize them by name more so, especially Roblox users. But that's a few people I do recognize. When are you gonna do a fighting wildlife tier list? Unfortunately, there's like 3 canonical animals, which involves Hyperlaser's cat and the doves from Playground and the crows from Blackrock. If I did have to rank all 3 of those from best to worst, it'd be the love doves from Playground, Hyperlaser's cat, and the crows from Blackrock. I think they're from Blackrock. I'm not sure, but they have like some sort of design that kind of translated into the Crows vs. Doves festival, which I learned. Wink wink, might lead to a new video, who knows. But yeah, that's how I see it. What's up, Unk? What do you think? What do you think of Hyperlaser balance-wise in comp play? I think he's weirdly balanced. He's annoying as hell. There's some maps that benefit him a lot more. That kind of adds to his balance. He really is situational on a good amount of maps. But I do think in his current state, he is one of the more balanced characters, one of the more game-changing characters. But he's also balanced out by maps and like his weaknesses. And I do think he's really annoying at times, especially with Wireframe and his E especially. But I think in a way he's one of the more balanced characters, even though he could be stupid. But he definitely requires a lot of skill, and he requires much more game sense than I think people might think. He has stupid tools, but he's somewhat balanced compared to everyone else. Do you love Yuri? Yes. Do you recommend getting into scrims for casual players, and why? Why not? I was in 10 seconds here, the videos are always full. For the first part of that question, if you want to get into competitive and just want to get into scrims, give it a shot. Nobody's like forcing you to do them, but if you want to, give it a shot. I think it's a pretty cool environment, much different from like opens and pros, I would recommend trying it out at least once if you want to. And tips on a scrim team, honestly, there is no tips. If you do want the best chance to getting into a scrim team, though, I highly recommend trying to pick up a tank. Because for some goddamn reason, there's like a tank like drought. People don't want to play the tanks. People want to play the dives, like the range characters. Because tanks are low-key kind of miserable a lot of the time. But I suggest picking up a tank maybe. Because I don't know. The scrim team part is usually luck-based unless you start your own scrim team. But that's just how it is, really. What are the best and worst songs in the fighting OST, not including April Fool's songs? Damn, I want to talk about Gambler's Grave for once. Best songs. Yo, I'm gonna just do like a top 5, bottom 5. Top 5, I would say, in my opinion, in no order, is like Shockwave Shuffle, Bicycle Kick. I'd probably say Sopro Atomico, Artifactual Recollection. The 5th could be really ambiguous, you know, Irritabilia is a great one. The Final Verdict is a great one. There's a lot of great songs, bro. Tix Blasters is great. I also love the new Underground War one as well. And Edge of Infinity, too. Edge of Infinity is a great one as well. There's a lot of great ones. Actually, I would say my top 5 is Shockwave Shuffle, Sopro Atomico, Bicycle Kick, Edge of Infinity, and then 5th would probably be Bicycle Kick. That's kind of my top 5, I would say. My bottom 5, though, I don't think there's a bad song in the fighting OST outside the April Fool songs. But if I had to think of, like, the worst one, in my opinion, that I just don't really like that much, probably Solar Eclipse. I don't know. Something about the Space Knight songs just don't do it for me, and I do not really care much for Solar Eclipse. It's just one of those songs that are just kind of like, it's aight. But yeah, I would say that. Hey Nico, been a fan of the channel for a few years now, and as a veteran playtest one player, let me ask you something. What got you into fighting? How did you find this? Yeah, it's like with the game for so long, when did you like it? Yes, I did like it. I did answer this question before, but I'm just gonna answer it again. I got into fighting because a friend's server posted about it in April 2022. That server, and I checked it out. I thought it was cool, and I never played it again. I joined the Discord, but I just never really interacted with it or played the game. And then January 2023, after my birthday, I got back into it during Brave vs. Relax. I liked Subspace and Boombox, and then ever since then, I've been stuck with this game, whether I like it or not, and I just like it. I've loved this game for so long, and that's kind of how it is. I've been making videos on this game for like, what? Over 2.5 years at this point, which is crazy. That sounds fucking obscene. But yeah, that's just how it is. So let's say hypothetically I ran too fast and almost pulled a muscle in my legs twice, and also to the point where my legs hurt the next day. Do you think your pro Vinestaff skills could heal me? Oh yeah, also what's your favorite scary movie? First off, no, I will not be able to heal you. Vinestaff is Vinestaff. I'm sorry to say, I cannot let your bones regen. My bad. Favorite scary movie? I don't watch horror movies a lot, but I would say my favorite one probably is like the first Saw movie. I love the first Saw movie. It's really nice. It has this DIY aspect to it, and I just think it's a really good movie. I recommend watching it. It's nice. Would you rather fight Cream the Rabbit or Kirby? Shit, I don't want to fight Cream the Rabbit, bro. Cream's one of my favorite Sonic characters. But Kirby would beat my ass, bro. Fuck. I'd probably fight Cream the Rabbit, unfortunately. That's the only winning chance. Next question. Just for Space is my Pookie. Just for Space, you're Pookie. I guess so. How do you feel about the fighting fandom? Also, what hobbies do you have? I already answered the second one, but the fighting fandom itself, I haven't really delved into it. It's one of the better Roblox communities, but that's not saying much. It's still not that good. That's all I really say about it, because I think if I talk about the fighting fandom, it's gonna be crazy. And a lot of people have already expressed their hatred for it, or their love for it, or whatever the hell. It's been a crazy community, though. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is this? Okay. So I know immediately that Top Hat sent this, the #1 Banhammer player, but I'm just gonna answer all of these questions because I feel like it. Is username Top Hat the greatest Sigma? Yes. Is Foxology Sigma or no? Yes. What do you think of the hit Team Prestigious Pros known as PP? I actually really like Prestigious Pros. I don't like fighting them in banana form, but I think Prestigious Pros is one of the more interesting teams. They're really interesting. They have very unique picks. I actually just really like most of their players. I think they're really cool and really unique. Well, not most. I like all of them, actually. What do you think of fighting character Banhammer? He's pretty cool. Not one of my favorites, but I think he's a pretty cool character in lore, pretty cool design, a pretty cool reason to wear the blindfold. I think he's cool. Are you Sigma? Maybe. Is Sun Hat the Vengeful real or a myth? He's a myth. Do not believe the people. Please DM you. I'm not DMing you, bruh. I'm not DMing you. For my real question, do you ever plan on making a Banhammer video? Yes, I've actually had that as a idea. I haven't really worked on the script much, especially since they did a big bug fix with Banhammer's ult, which was one of the main things about the video. So, unfortunately, it's not in the works yet, but it is an idea that I will be doing soon. Thank you, Top Hat. I was actually going to be working on a Prestigious Pros video once. I just never got to it because of the tournament that came around, so I also wanted to add that in just a little bit. Hi NicoNexus, do you get the motivation? How do you get the motivation to edit videos? I don't. I low-key just roll with it. I don't really get a motivation, honestly. I just kind of roll with what happens. How would you balance Vine's ult to be more valuable and powerful than it currently is? You are telling me about Vine's stat balance. I don't know how to do that. If you want the current state of Vine staff, absolute mistake. She is a absolute menace in opens. She is absolutely just weird and competitive. And since balancing is more based on opens, which is understandable, she just needs a rework at this point. She just needs another rework. I hate to say it. She needs a second rework. It's a lost cause for Vine staff, bro. Can you make a fighting baby merge tier list? I played fighting baby merge first time like a few days ago. I don't know. That would be funny though. What do you wish Fire 16 will be like? I would just like a melee that's like not fully dive centered, like some defensive styled melee, not like a tank. Okay, so I actually forgot to answer 2 questions, so I'm doing this now. So let me just open these up real quick. Who's your favorite animator versus animation character? I actually do not watch animator versus animation that much. I think I've watched up to like the Minecraft one, but that's about it. But Yellow's my bro. I think Yellow's chill. And finally, the last question I had, what is your favorite color? Either an RGB or Hex? I don't really use Hex too often, but my usual favorites are like shades of blue. I think I have like one I do use. It's like an RGB, it's like 40, 147, 221, something like that. Like red is 40, green is 147, and blue is 221. Something like that type of shade of blue is just really nice. It's like light, but it's not like too dark that it kind of just like takes over most of the blue. I have no idea how to describe it, but I kind of like those shades of those kind of like light shades that don't like feel way too light, if you get what I'm saying. And that's all the questions I kind of got and answered. I'm sorry if you weren't able to send a question in time, or maybe you aren't that satisfied with my answers. It is what it is. Yeah, thank you for watching, and have a really good day or night or whatever you're watching this. So, yeah.